Welcome back to BlackTideTV, guys. Today we're doing the second roleplay class that the Supremacy DLC has offered us, the Kremlin Jack Ryan class, because of Cardinal, the Kremlin, all that stuff is explained in the other video. Go and check out the Kremlin Guard roleplaying class if you don't know what I'm really talking about right now. But we're going to go ahead and make this Jack Ryan class for you guys, and then we're going to skip over some gameplay, and you guys can see how to use this class in its optimal environment. So Jack Ryan, he's like a covert guy, he's like a spy, he's almost like James Bond, so he's going to be all stealth. Now, most of the primary weapons in this game do not scream stealth ops or like secret agent or anything like that, so I just completely didn't put a primary on at all. The only thing I put on is the Atlas 45 secondary, and it's actually interesting because the secondaries are actually very viable now. They're like a 3-shot kill now. They've been buffed, and you're not going to actually be getting raped with this class anymore. You're actually going to be able to get some good gameplays. So Atlas 45, and I threw the suppressor on there because he is the stealthy guy. He's going to be sneaking in. I don't think anything else is really viable for a stealth kind of approach, other than maybe you might want to put tactical knife on instead of one of your variable grenades. But I just threw on the suppressor. I don't usually use the tactical knife. I think the suppressor is all he really needs. So that's what we have for our weapon. Now for our perks, he's going to have low profile. He's going to have some kind of armor or some kind of something that will keep him off the radar, that will keep him hidden. So he's going to want to be staying hidden all the time. So this is definitely a good perk for that. Other thing, he's going to have lightweight. He's going to be really athletic if he's a covert ops kind of guy. So he's going to be athletic. He's going to be able to run and move and get around really quick. So lightweight is definitely a good option. He's not going to have flak jacket or anything like that because that'll just weigh him down. So lightweight and low profile are good for perk 1. Perk 2, he's going to have fast hands. He's, like I said, he's going to be athletic. He's going to be really fast at switching his weapons and picking up other things, and he's going to be really quick with his hands. So fast hands is obviously a good choice. Cold-blooded, also just another thing, like he's going to be wearing something, like I said, to keep himself off the radar, to keep himself from being spotted, camouflage or something. So cold-blooded is definitely a good choice as well. Perk 3, I chose Blast Suppressor, not because you're going to be boosting around a lot. If you're actually going to take this class seriously, you're not going to use the boost at all, but Blast Suppressor obviously is the only thing that keeps you off the radar in the third perk, and that's definitely a suggested thing for your perk 3, because it's just everything else on this class is for stealth, and perk 3 is going to be for stealth as well. Lastly, for the exo ability, because I kind of consider the exo ability a part of the perks, I also put exo mute device because that'll keep you off the radar or off the eardar when you're running around behind people. So you can activate that and run around. I didn't use cloak because I thought cloak would be too easy if you're using all this stealth stuff. And plus, Jack Ryan never really had a cloak. Like, that's more a Harry Potter kind of thing, so I don't put Exo Cloak on here. We're going to do Exo Mute Device because it makes more sense. Even if you considered it a full-time perk instead of an ability, he can actually, like, he'll be light on his feet. Like I said, he'll be able to be quiet while he's moving around. So Exo Mute Device makes sense. For the launchers, I put variable grenades because he's going to want to be able to engage the enemy in any situation. So if he runs into any problem, he's going to have these variable grenades that he can just pop out whatever he needs to protect himself. So he's got the EMP, he's got the threat grenades, the smoke grenades, the stun grenades. It's very optional. Like, it's something that you wouldn't really expect. It's something high tech that a secret operative would have. Lastly, I put on the bombing run for the score streak with stealth, because if he's infiltrating someplace, say he's infiltrating the Kremlin and he's doing something in the Kremlin, when he's done, he's going to be like, can you launch the bombing run, players, time for it? And they're like, yep, cool. And then they send the bombing run in to clean up the mess, so like he's going to go in, he's going to get the intel, and then they're going to send the bombing run, he's going to call in the bombing run to completely obliterate the place after he's gone in and he's done his job, secured the hostages or whatever he's doing. He's going to call in the bombing run to get rid of the rest of the terrorists when he's done. So that's pretty much the Jack Ryan role-playing class. We're going to jump into some gameplay here in a second, and you guys will see how to use this class in its optimal environment on the map Kremlin, and we're going to see what the benefit is to playing with this role-play class.
So here's some gameplay on the map Kremlin of this class, of the Jack Ryan class. I was originally going to do a bunch of different gameplay. I was going to do like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, some of my best gameplays with it. But this was actually it was a pretty decent gameplay this entire match. So I definitely threw it up there for you guys to watch the entire thing to see how I would play using this class for an entire game. You can see how I use the outside of the map. You're going to see me run around the edges. I'm never ever running down the middle of the map. I might once or twice, but that is just a mistake in itself. You should, when you're using a class like this, when it's all stealth, especially like a Jack Ryan kind of class, you're going to want to be staying to the outside. You're going to be sneaking up behind the enemies and kind of shooting people in the back. You're not going to be doing the cowboy thing and being one-on-one right in front of somebody who can draw the fastest, because you're going to lose with a pistol and with a weak suppressed weapon. So this is definitely a stealthy class. You're definitely going to want to be sneaking around, going in behind enemy lines, and you will have good success with this class. I do die a lot in this, but I get a lot of really good gameplays. I think I go on a merciless medal just pretty soon. Actually, it's a merciless medal pretty quick in the game. So I kind of sneak around. I go up, I check the turret areas, because that's where a lot of snipers are, and they all kind of like to chill up there. So I go around the entire map. I check the enemy turret area. I use the turret just for a second, see who's out there. If I can spot anybody, if I can kill anybody, that's great. And then I go back and I keep continuing around the map, and I keep going around the edges of the map to find the other enemies, because generally when you get to one turret area, the enemies will start to spawn on the other side and go into the other turret area. So as you keep doing that, you keep pushing their spawn, you can head over to their side, and then they'll spawn on the other side. So the spawn will circulate as you circulate and as you kill enemies from behind. So with this class, it's definitely all about that spawn push, and it's definitely all about stealth. Never one-on-one like that. I almost died. A terrible death just from him looking at me for a couple seconds. Like, you really need to stay in stealth mode with this class all the time. You will have to pick up weapons because there's no scavenger with this class, and the pistol doesn't come with a lot of ammo, especially because it takes 4 or 5 shots to kill. It is a 3-shot kill, the pistol, but it will take you 4 or 5 shots generally, because you're going to miss a couple shots. So you will have to learn how to use other weapons as well as the weapons that you bring. So you have to be able to pick up weapons off the ground, and you have to be able to adapt and use any kind of weapon that you find. Like the links, which I'm about to pick up. So that's about it for the guide for this. It's very simple. You can build the class yourself and play as Jack Ryan. Stick to stealth. Always be using your exo-mute and staying to the outside of the map. Learn to pick up enemy weapons, and learn how to use those enemy weapons, and everything is good. I find it's really awesome. It's really good when I do all the camos. I do all the camos for every gun in the game, and that gives me knowledge on the actual weapons, because it takes a little bit of time to get the camos on every weapon, and while you're doing that, you're learning how to use every single gun in the game, and that's definitely an asset to both the game and this class especially. So it's really fun to actually make a roleplay class. You guys can think of some of your own. I might be doing some in Black Ops 3 based on what kind of weapons and stuff we see in the future of that, but for now, that's about it for the roleplay classes as of right now. So Jack Ryan, if you haven't seen the first one, definitely go over and check that out. That'll give you the whole backstory as to why I'm doing this. The Kremlin Guard. That'll be the first link in the description. If you haven't seen it, definitely go down and click on that. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Try out this class. Comment down below a link to your video where you're trying this class, or comment to me what you would change in the class, anything you'd like, and I'll try and get back to you as best I can. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll leave you with the rest of the gameplay because it is pretty decent, and I'll see you guys on my next video.